Hey guys, Josh Gadamu here, and today I'm talking about why I didn't move on to the Robot Spirits. Why did I stick with the outdated, no longer being produced Mobile Suit Action MSA action figures? And first off, I want to say that the Robot Damashi are good figures most of the time. I mean, like anything else, they'll have their humdingers or that was a bad idea. But overall, they're really cool figures. They picked up in the middle of the Gundam 00 line. It just ceased, and they have nice points of articulation. They're lightweight. They're usually 1/144 scale, but not always in scale with each other. It's kind of their oddball thing. They and But they're nice. I like the Unicorn, the GM Sniper, and the Snonju, and other Unicorn. I also have an Ares. Throw that one up in here. I like the Ares a lot. But for me, I stuck with the Mobile Suit Action figure line, even though they aren't being produced. And there's a couple of reasons why. One is cost. Most of these guys are going to cost you 30 to 50 bucks each, which some of the MSA will do that too, but not most of them, and a lot of them you can get in lots. Also, sometimes Bandai will release the ones you wanted, and then the one you need to complete your collection, they'll be like, web exclusive, $135. You're like, 130? Why? Why? Because it's just exclusive, Or this is the special version of such and such suit. If you want the normal version, you have to buy these option parts for $100. What? Why? Money grab. I don't like it. So cost is a major reason why I didn't move on to the Robot Spirits. Customization is probably the biggest reason. I love making custom Gundam MSA action figures. Always making customs. So this used to be a Char Zaku 2 version 1, and now it's a desert color. And over here is an RX-78 N type. It's not perfect. It's my variant of the N type. The Zagok didn't have a great deal of customizability or flexibility, rather, but found a way to increase his flexibility considerably as an action figure. I like doing stuff like that. It makes me happy. I work on a custom Gundam every week. Now, I don't complete one every week, but I really, it's my passion. I love it. People play video games every day. I work on building custom Gundams, taking this GM ground type and modifying an EZ8 backpack to fit it, because there's a variant of the ground type GM that has the ground type Gundam backpack. Stuff like that I love. But with the Robot Spirits and their price, you don't dare customize them. I mean, occasionally someone will, but you just don't. Another is army building. That comes into the cost. Being a stop motion animator, this whole thing is a movie background set for Gundam Father of Peace, which is being filmed with MSA action figures. It has more reasons in it. I like the army build collection of MSA action figures. Thinking on the cost factor again, so there's hundreds of figures here. Army builded. Like they're going to make a Robot Spirits GM here soon. It looks... I like its thrusters, I like its accessories, I'm not sure I like its sculpt. It's not a bad sculpt. The Shogoken GM looks just like it. But I've got, let's just say 12 GMs here. I've got 10 or 12 ground type GMs up there. I've got gun tanks, I've got balls, I've got more Zakus than I can count. If I were to try and replace these, it'd be insane. I'd go broke like a madman. Plus... the MSA line, well, it's dead. It was very thorough. Now, it didn't get everything, because that would be impossible, and that would mean that I wouldn't have any customs to build myself. But, you got vehicles and things. You got the Gallop, you got the Gunperry. The Gunperry got an X model kit. The Gallop, as far as I know, has never had a model kit. And sometimes people would be like, dude, where'd you get that? Or Leo model kits, for the longest time, have been painfully hard to get. And people would be like, where'd you get that? It's the MSA. What? Things like that. So, cost is a big reason why I didn't move on. Another one is space. As you saw over there, it's pretty crowded. I don't have space for a lot of the Robot Damashi. In fact, my Charge Counterattack line's been sitting in a box, and I need to make a shelf for it. I've been getting rid of some stuff to try and make room for it. So, customization though. I love customizing the MSA action figures. They're cheap enough that I can get them and customize them. I can get them in lots and things like that. I've got parts from having a business fixing and selling them for years. The scale. Scale is pretty important. The Robot Damashi are more 1/144 scale. And I've got all these props. Now, my Gundam Father Piece scale isn't perfect. I will note that. Because the truth is, for the MSA, things should be more on an N scale, which would be the micro machines back there. But trying to animate N scale people is ridiculous. And so I use HO scale, which would be more like Hot Wheels scale. Well, I don't want Hot Wheels sitting here, even though that one's, kind of within that scale. So I mix scales within my stop motions, but a lot of my buildings, a lot of my mobile suit hangers, things I've custom built, things I've bought, they were all bought to go on a scale with the MSA action figure. Some of this would translate over quite easily, some of it wouldn't. And so one reason why I didn't move on, like when the MSA line was announced to be dead and the Robot Damashi were announced, I was like, okay, do I start over? Like, do I just sell my whole collection and reinvest in all the same figures, which they don't release them that fast. And who knows if we'll, maybe someday, but it's been years and we're finally getting the GM. Just the basic GM. Will we get a ground type GM? I don't know. It's been like their focus has been to release figures that they never released in the MSA line, which has been awesome, like Ares. But there's some others that I really wish they would release, like the Taurus Mobile Dolls. Maybe that's out, I don't know. Anyways, I just decided it's not worth it. Not after I built all these props, micro machines and stuff like that. So scale's one of the reasons why I didn't move on. Army building I already mentioned. The fullness of the line. Are they ever going to make a Robot Damashi Gallop? Probably not. It'd be awesome. It would probably cost you $500. I got a Dendrobium up there. I love it. Love the Dendrobium. The MSA line was quite full. It has DOPS and jets and Type 61 tanks. There's some in there. Can't really see them. There's one. And I just love it. Space is another one. Okay, so the MSA scale are smaller than the Robot Damashi. And the MSA are in scale with each other. They're not in scale with anything else, but they're in scale with each other. But if I was trying to fit this many Robot Damashis, I'd need another shelf. They would just never fit as well. I really like the figure size. I can cram a lot of figures in here. And customs again is a custom ground type Gundam Kai. I custom made this GM Quell, things like that. Yep, really like the MSA action figure line. So those are my reasons for not moving on to the Robot Spirits. There's sometimes it feels like I'm one of the few people that still cares about this toy line. That might even be true. But I'm okay with that. Because I really love them. I love what I've spent years collecting. And to replace it, it's not even replaceable with the Robot Spirits as it is. How am I going to get a Rambaral Zaku 1? How am I going, you could do the models, but you come into some of the same things. Cost, space, scale, etc., etc. Durability is a big one too. I can't tell you how many times I've been looking at one of these, it's like, oh man, this guy's cool. Oopsie, it falls and you just pick it up. You put his arm back on. You stick him back on the shelf. Sometimes model kits are Humpty Dumpty. They're cool, but I guess I just got butterfingers. Well, hope you enjoyed the video. Everybody, it's to each their own. Robot Damashi are awesome. They really are. And if you don't have a big MSA collection and you got a lot of money to invest, or you just want a few of them, they can be really good. And then you can supplement with the model kit line. Me, probably the biggest thing is I like making customs. These boogers are just too expensive to customize. Well, see you guys later.